Narinig niyo ba yung yung interview ni Noli Di Castro kahapon dun sa abogado ng masyado namang hindi po pwede yung mga ganun. Pag tayo nasa media, kailangan objective tayo. Halos din niya na pinagsalita, halos murahin niya na eh. Salita siya para siya nga pinaka-inutil na vice presidente ng bansa noon eh. Di ba? Dapat maging sila. Dapat tatanungin mo lang siya. Do not give your opinion. Unang-una, hindi ka na mga abogado. Batas yung pinag-uusapan eh. Pag hindi kayo abogado, huwag kayo pumasok sa hindi nyo teritoryo. Tanungin nyo lang. Kaya nga, masyado siyang bias. Alam ang kaugnayan ng eleksyon sa US eh. Grabe. May init talaga. Oh, Nilo, sino naman nire-represent mo? Abante? Ano bang dyaryo ni Martin Romualdez? Di ba may dyaryo siya? Ang dami niya nang binili, may TV pa nga siya. People's Journal sa kanya. Meron siyang TV, alam niyo ba 'yon? Kung saan yung ano man tawag doon? Kung saan bilyonaryo. Ang may-ari ng Abante, hindi ba si speaker? Nabili niya na yun eh. Yan ang balita ko, nabili niya. Yan. Nag-improve na. Wala nagdi-distribute daw ng relief goods eh. Dahil wala naman lumalabas Dahil, wala eh. Antay-antay, wala kang lumalabas kahit na isa. Kanina, meron pero mainit. Ngayon naman, wala. Meron na. Let me clarify. I'm here not as a counsel or representative of any body, of any person, of any institution. I'm here as a citizen of this country concerned of what is happening before us. You can ask any question. Kahit anong topic. TV5 daw. Walang mic.
Sir, good afternoon po.
Good afternoon.
Yes, you mentioned you're not representing anything. But about the KOJC, sir, and about Kibuloy, so what can you say or what is your statement regarding that, sir? And ano po ba yung sentimiento nyo? And why, what do you want to tell us, sir?
All right. Actually, I have already written about it. I have my column in the Manila Times titled KOJC Under Siege. And in my show, every day at SMNI online, I already discuss what is happening in the KOJC. You must remember that on June 10 of this year, the PNP Region, is that 11? Region 11 assaulted the compound armed with a warrant of arrest coming from Quezon City Court. There is no question about the validity, the legality of a warrant of arrest. to a particular person, whether that's for Kibuloy or anybody else. Walang problema doon eh. The problem is when the PNP Region 11 served the warrant of arrest, the manner by which they serve it was a violation. It was a blatant, it was naked, it was a brazen assault of the compound in violation of the procedure laid out by the rules of court on how to serve the warrant of arrest. Kasi dapat, pag meron kang warrant of arrest, magpapakilala ka muna na meron kang warrant of arrest at sasabihin mo na sa aming informasyon, personal knowledge namin, na nandyan yung aming arrestin. Kaya papasok kami. Pag hindi ka pinapasok, that is the only time that you can break in and force yourself. Eh, pinapasok naman sila eh. Pero ang ginawa nila, even without introducing themselves, sinira na nila yung mga guys. Diba? That was on June 10. And because of that, there was an uproar. Hindi ba, the result was seven police officers were relieved of their post. That is an admission na mali yung ginawa nila. And then, after that, sunod-sunod na pag-serve ng warrant. Kasi yung warrant of arrest, habang totoo na it can be served any time of the day, anywhere, eh kailangan kasi yung warrant mo, pag na-serve mo on a particular day, you have to report to the court that issued it. And after such reportage, hindi mo na pwedeng gamitin. Kailangan mag-file ka ng petition for an alias warrant. Pwede mo na naman uling gamitin yan. Kung matatandaan nyo, after the June 10, marami silang alias warrant. Inikot nila eh, lahat na compound ng Kingdom of Jesus Christ. Pero wala silang nakuha na Pastor Kibuloy. Ang NBI, pumasok din. Meron din silang warrant. Umikot din sila, wala rin silang nakita. And as I said in my article, not content with the overkill of the June 10 assault, of the unconstitutional manner by which they served the warrant. Eh, ang ginawa nila, kailan ba yun? Was that August 23 ba? 23 ba? 23 kasi 31 na ngayon eh. 7 days na sila ron. 8 days na ngayon eh. Siguro mga August 23. Eh, nagpunta na naman sila doon. This time, almost 3,000 policemen. Antindi no? Policemen just to arrest somebody. One person. Tapos, habang nagpakilala sila na meron silang warrant at binigyan nila ng 30 minutes para papasukin lahat, abay, hindi pa natatapos yung usapan nila. Habang nag-uusap sila, yung pala sinisira na yung kabilang gate. Oh, that is again in violation. Oh, after that, this is the 8th day. Nilibag na nila lahat ng klaseng paglalabag sa karapatang pangtao. Kaya, on June 18, after the June 10 assault, in my show, I repeatedly said, June 18 ako nag-start. Ang sabi ko sa mga abogado ng KOJC, kasi tinatanong ako kung anong payong may pagbibigay ko coming from one of the viewers. I said, I would advise the lawyers of the KOJC to file a petition for a writ of amparo. Ako po yun. Ako ang nag-suggest sa kanila. June 18, that was 8 days after na nagkaroon ng assault. Pero even nung June 11, the day after, sinabihan ko na sila, mag-file na kayo ng mga kaso. Hindi pa pwede yung ginagawa nila. Illegal na yan. Apparently, ayaw ko kung anong pinail nila. Basta June 18, sabi ko, amparo na ang i-file nyo. What is a petition for a writ of amparo? It is a legal remedy provided under the law for persons whose right to life, liberty, security, and even properties is being threatened. Threatened, hindi lang omitted, nagawa na. Threatened pa lang, is being threatened by a public official or a private person or an institution by committing an unlawful act or omission. Hindi lang yung you commit something. If under the law you have to do something and you do not commit it, that is an omission. If your omission threatens the security, the liberty, as well as the life doon sa nagre-reklamo, yun ang ibibigay ng korte. So, June 18 ako nagpayong at paulit-ulit ako sa programa ko. It was on July 1st, after 2 weeks, saka lang sila nag-file. And my advice was, mag-file kayo sa Korte Suprema. Habang pwede dyan sa court, iba na yung 15 ang magdidesisyon, hindi lang isang tao. At baka mamaya, kontra pa sa inyo yung court o yung isang judge, mabulilyas pa kayo. Kaya nung kailan ba sila nag-issue ng order? When was the order was issued? 27 ba? August 27 yata. Anyway, before the issuance, on the day it was issued, kasi in-issue yun hapon mga mid-afternoon na in-issue yun In that morning, kasi doon sa programa ko, kinukulit ko yung mga KOJC, saka yung mga anchors. Sabi ko, ano naman nangyari doon sa advice kung mag-file kayo ng petition for writ of amparo? Parang hanggang ngayon, wala kayong binabanggi sa akin na i-file ba? Saang hukuman? Kailan na-file? Nangungulit na ako nabubwisit na nga sila siguro sa akin dahil inaasar ko. Ano ba? Yun lang ang remedyo. Nung umaga yun nung umaga. Tapos, pinadahan ako ng detalye. Sir, sabi niya, this is what happened to the court. The petition for writ na pinail namin. So binasa ko isang paragraph galing sa court. Sinasabi doon na petition was filed on July 1st. July 1st pinail. And yung executive judge, ang kanyang perception, wala pang necessity na mag-issue ng amparo. Kaya ang ginawa niya, magkomentaryo na lang muna kayo. July 1st yun Magkomentaryo kayo, pinapakomentaryo niya yung respondent. Kumbaga may petition dito, I guess sumagot kayo. So nung mabasa ko yun, sabi ko, July 1 pa pala ito, pinail. Ano naman ngayon? August 27 na. Sabi ko, kung ako kayo, ang advice ko naman, i-withdraw nyo na yan. Tumakbo na kayo sa Korte Suprema. Masyado nang matagal yan. Doon na kayo dumiretso. Siguro, apparently, hindi ko alam kung narinig ako ni Judge. Nag-issue kagad siya nung hapon. Pero nung mabasa ko yung in-issue niya, pinadala na ako nung isa sa mga listener. Nako, sabi ko, alam nyo itong order na ito. Sasabihin na naman ng gobyerno rito, hindi naman kami pinaalis We're not being asked to leave. Nakalagay lang dito, remove the barricades. And we will do that. But, tuloy pa rin kami sa pag-serve ng warrant of arrest. Sabi ko, patay. Yan na naman ang gagamitin nila para hindi sila umalis. But, nakalimutan ng mga ito. If you look at the order, clarificatory, or rather, yung unang order, ang sabi doon, the respondents, meaning the police, are ordered to cease and desist from committing unlawful acts against the petitioners. Because, sabi ng court, we are aware of what is happening. Ibig sabihin, there is an admission from the court na alam nila na nagkakaroon na ng paglabag. Kaya nga nag-issue ng amparo Ngayon, ang sabi naman ng gobyerno, hindi naman kami pinaalis. Mali ang interpretasyon nila. Kasi habang totoo na, kasi sabi ni Presidente, remember sabi niya, yung mga pulis, kaya nagpunta ron to maintain peace and order. Ang problema, anong peace and order? Bago sila dumating, wala namang gulo Nagkagulo nga nung dumating sila. O tapos, sinabi niya pa, wala namang armado doon.